Hey guys, welcome back to another video by Simplilearn. In this session, we will learn how to make an airline reservation system in C++. This project will allow a user to book a flight to a particular country, and he or she will receive the ticket by filling in all the important details. Different concepts of C++ will be used in making this project, which will help you in understanding the concepts of C++ in a practical manner. So now let's go ahead. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. So now let's go to our code editor, that is dev C++. So this is our code editor, and now let's create a new file and let's start with it. So let's add some header files. Hash include iostream. Now we will add another header file, that is fstream, for file handling operations. Now hash include iomanip. So this header file is used for floating point values. So now we'll add the standard namespace. Now we'll write the main function. Now inside this main function, we will create an object of a class. Our class name is management, and the object name would be mobj. After that, return 0. Now we have to create this class. So we'll write class management, and inside this class we will make a constructor because we have created the object of this class. So a constructor would be called, and inside that constructor we will call the function. So let's do that. First of all, we'll write the public scope. Now under this public scope, we'll write management. So this is our constructor management, and inside this constructor we will call a function. Let's say the name of the function is main menu. Alright, so now the class ends, so we'll write the semicolon in the end. Now inside this function main menu, we have to create a menu that will display on the screen, and also we have to use this function many times inside this program. So we have to declare this function globally. So we'll write void main menu. So this is the function prototype. Now after that we can create this function. So let's write void main menu, and now we'll declare some variables, lchoice, int schoice, and another variable, let's say back. Now we have to create a layout or a structure for a menu. So let's do that. /t airlines. You can write any name as of your choice. Now we will write main menu. We'll write /t. Now again we'll add some space or some lines. Let's add /t. Now we'll create a structure in which we'll ask the user to press a particular button to open a particular functionality, like press 1 to open the customer details, press 2 for flight registration, press 3 for ticket and charges. So let's do that. Now I'll copy this part and paste it over here. In second one we'll write press 2 for flight registration. So we are done with the layout. Now we'll take the input from the user. So let's do that. Now we'll write lChoice, the variable that we have declared. Now for all three of them, we'll make a separate classes. That is, for customer details, we'll make a detail class. For flight registration, we'll make a registration class. For ticket and charges, we'll make a ticket class. And to call the functions of these classes, we'll have to make the object of these classes. So let's do that. So we'll write details D. D is the object name. Registration R. R is the object name. Ticket is the class name. T is the object name. So we have created these objects D, R and T. Now we'll use a switch statement, a switch case statement, and now we'll write lChoice. Now inside the switch case, first of all we'll create a case 1. Now inside this case we'll have to call a function of detail class. So let's do that, but before that we'll write cout customers so that it looks nice. Now we'll call the function. Let's say the name of the function is information, and now we'll ask the user to press 1 to go back to the main menu. Like if the user wants to go back to the main menu after filling the details or something like that, then he or she can click on this 1 button. Alright, now we'll take the input back. This is the variable that we have declared. Now if back equals 1, then will call the main menu function. That is, the main menu will display. And also in else block we'll do the same. We'll call this function only. And here we'll write press any key to go back to main menu. Now here we'll do the break. Case 1 ends. Now we have to create a case 2. Case 2 is for flight registration, so we'll simply display a message and call the function. We'll write book a flight using this system. Alright, after that we'll use /n and endl. Alright, now we'll call this function r.flights. R is the name of the object and flights is the name of the function that we will create afterwards. Now we'll write break. Now we'll have to create case 3. Now case 3 is for ticket collection. Now all we need to do is to display a message saying that get your ticket. Alright, now we'll use /n. Now we'll call the function. T is the object name, bill is the name of the function, let's say. Now we'll display a message saying that your ticket is printed. You can get it or you can collect it. Now we'll write press 1 to display your ticket. We'll take the input, and if back equals to 1, then inside if condition we'll call this function display. T is the object name, display is a function. Now after that we'll display a message, press 1 to go back to main menu or press any key to go back to main menu. So we'll write press any key to go back to main menu. Alright, now after that we'll take the input of this, and if back equals to 1, then we'll write main menu, that is we call this menu function, and in else we again we will call this menu function to display the menu. Right after this break to end the case, closing bracket, and now here is the starting bracket. Alright, so now we have to create a case 4. Inside case 4, first of all we'll display a message saying that see out thank you, because in case 4, as we can see, press 4 to exit. So if a user press 4, will display a message saying that it is /n/n and then again a /t. Now thank you message will be displayed. After that endl. Now we'll write break, and after that there would be a default case. Now in this default case a message would be displayed like invalid input or something like that. Right, invalid input, please try again. Right, after that we'll use /n and endl. Now to go back to main menu so that the user can try once again, so we'll call this function main menu. Now after that break. Now we have to create classes. Like first of all we have to create this detail class in which we are calling the information function. So this is the information function, and now let's create its class, that is class detail. So let's do it. Class details. Now in the public scope we will declare some variables, and static string name and let's say gender. Both of these would be string. And now after that let's create the variable phone number and gender, not gender, age. We have already created gender. Now age would be integer. Then there is address, we'll write add. Then there is another variable static int customer ID, so we'll write CID. Now an array we have to create. Let's give it 100. Now let's create this function information. So inside this information function, first of all we'll ask the user to enter the customer ID. So /n enter the customer ID. After that, now the user will enter the customer ID CID, as you can see. Now we'll ask the user to enter the name. Then the name variable. Then we'll ask the user to enter the age. Then there is address. After that there would be gender. Now once the user has entered all these details, then we'll display a message saying that your details are saved with us. So we'll write your details are saved with us. Alright, so we have to end the class over here, so we'll use semicolon. Now we'll create another class. Now we will create the registration class, but before that we have to use some of the variables of the detail class in the ticket class. So for that we'll write int detail scope resolution operator CID. This is the variable that we want to use. Then the name variable, we'll write string name, then that variable gender, so we'll write string Alright, so now we can create this class. So let's do this. Write class registration, and now inside this class, first of all, we'll declare some variables under the public scope. We'll declare a static variable choice, then another variable that is choice1, let's say, then another variable back, then a static float variable named charges. Alright, so these are the variables. Now we have to create the function flights that we have called from the main menu function. So this is the flight function. Now inside this flight function there is a character array named flight n. Now after that, inside this array we'll put the name of the countries as the elements. So let's start. First of all is Dubai. After that there is Canada. Then let's say another one is UK. Then there is USA. After that there would be Australia. Then let's say Europe. Alright, now using a for loop we will display each of these countries one by one. So we'll write int a equals 0, a less than 6, a plus plus. Now inside this for loop we'll write a plus 1 dot flight 2. So here what we are doing is this a plus 1, that is 0 plus 1, so Dubai will be displayed, then one by one Canada, UK, US, Australia, all of these will get displayed. And now after that we'll write flight n and L. Now all these countries will be displayed to the user. So now the user have to select a country. So first of all we'll write welcome to the airlines, then and L. After that we'll ask the user to press the number of the country of which you want to book the flight. So we'll write press the number So we'll take the input from the user, see in choice. Now after that we'll use switch statements. We'll write switch, inside we'll write choice, and now we'll make some cases. Case 1 will be of Dubai, case 2 will be of Canada, then UK, US, Australia, and then Europe. So let's start with Dubai. So we'll display a message. We'll write welcome to Dubai Emirates. Alright, now /n. Now again we'll display a message saying that your comfort is our priority. Enjoy the journey. Now we'll display following are the flights. Following are the flights. Alright, so now we'll display first flight. So we'll write this is the name of the flight, and now L, and now we have to display also that the timing and the date of the flight and how many hours will it take and the price. So let's do that. So here we'll write /t, then we'll write the date, after that the timing, there is 10 hours flight, rupees 14,000 let's say. Similarly, let's copy and paste. Let's say there are 3 flights that are going to Dubai, and let's change the model numbers. 6:58, and the time and the date also. Alright, so these are the flights. Now we will ask the user to select the flight. Right, select the flight you want to book. See in choice 1. Now if the user chooses 1, Then we have to create the condition. You can use the switch case or you can do if else as well. So let's start. If choice 1 equals 1, that is, if the user or the customer chooses the first flight, then charges will assign the flight charges like 14,000 and display a message saying that you have successfully booked the flight. You can go back to menu and take the ticket. We'll display this message. So this is our if statement. Now we have to create else if statement as well. For the condition we'll write if choice 1 equals 2, then what we'll do is, let's just copy and paste to save time. We can copy this part and paste it over here. Charges, as we know, the charges of this flight is 10,000. So we'll write 10,000 and its number was 658. Alright, similarly for the third flight as well, we'll do the same. The charges was 9,000, so let's do that. The number was 498. We have to change this one. Let's say 508, so that the flight numbers are unique. Now in else block we'll write invalid input shifting to the previous menu. So we'll simply display that. And then we will call the flights function. After that, if the user wants to go back to the main menu, so we'll display a message for that. Press any key to go back to the main menu. If the user chooses 1, that is if back equals 1, then the main menu function would be called, and same otherwise. Similarly, we'll create case 2. So let's do that. In case 2, we'll just copy and paste this one to save some time. Alright, the changes we have to do is welcome to Canadian Airlines. And now your comfort is a priority. It's alright. Following are the flights. So the model number and number of flights we have to change, let's say, and the timings, like, and the dates and time. It's 2 p.m. You can change that as per your choice. You can do whatsoever you want. $20 hours. Then select the flight you want to book. Then similarly, the first flight was of 34,000. CA198. And if you choose 2, then there would be 29,000. $40,000. The rest is all good. Shifting to the previous menu as we have done previously. And now again, after this else, we can create case 3. So inside this case 3, we'll write welcome to UK Airways. So we'll write so now let's say to UK there are only 2 flights. Let's say there are only 1 flight to UK. So we'll write UK and its flight number is 798, let's say, and the timings are, and date is first of all 12 and the timing is 10 a.m. and it will take around 14 hours and 44,000 rupees. Select the flight you want to book. This is same, and here I have to change 44,000. Alright, so to UK there is only 1 flight, so we not need to create these else if statements, so we can just cut it. And in else block the rest is same. So now after that we have to create case 4, and we can copy and paste this one as well. So our 4th flight was of US, that is US Airways. Alright, now we will change the name. We'll write US 567 and the dates, it's our choice. assign it 39,000 here, and there is 42,000. After this, now case 5 would be of Australian Airlines, so we'll write case 5 and copy paste this part, and here we'll write Australian Airlines. So let's change, we'll write AS and 698, timing date would be 18/9 and 44,000. So alright, else everything is done in this part. Now we'll create case 6. In case 6, all we need to change is welcome to Dubai Emirates, and we'll change it to European Airlines. European Airlines, then we'll change its name to EU 498 instead of 498, and the date, let's say 2, time is 2 AM, 18 hours of flight, and its price is 36,000. $31,000. 10 AM, and alright, now we have to change its model number as well. Alright, so EU 898, and its price is 36,000. Its price is 37,000. Alright, rest everything is done in this part. Now let's create the default case. Alright, in the default case we will write invalid input, please shifting to the main menu. And then we will call this main menu function. Now we'll write break and close the switch statements. Alright, so this registration function is done. It's pretty long, as we have created 6 cases of all the countries named Dubai, Canada, UK, USA, Australia, Europe. Now only one function is or class is left, that is ticket class. So let's create this ticket class. Alright, so now after this registration class, we'll have to use the semicolon. So now before this ticket class, we need to know that we have to use some variables of registration class and the details class in this ticket class. So we will do the multiple inheritance, and before that let's do the same thing as we did earlier. Float registration, because we have to use these variables, so we'll write the class name, then scope resolution operator, charges is the variable, then the another variable would be choice. Both of these variables is of registration class, so that is why we are doing this. Alright, now we will start with the class ticket. We'll write class ticket, then we have to inherit both of these classes, that is we have to use multiple inheritance, right? Public registration and then details. So here we are using the multiple inheritance because we have to use the variables of both of these classes in this class ticket. Now in the public scope, we'll start with the function that is bill, void bill, and now inside this function, first of all we'll declare a variable named destination, and we'll left it like this because we have to assign it a choice that is being made by the person who wants to travel to the country. So now offstream, as we know, is used to create or write information in the files. The object of is offstream is outf we have created. Now let's say the file is records.txt, you can name it as per your choice, in which the data of the flights is being stored. Now we'll write inside this records.txt file. So as we know, to write inside the file the object name and then whatsoever we want to show inside the file, XYZ Airlines,
ticket,
details, that is class name, scope resolution operator, CID, then ANDL. Similarly we'll do that for name and gender as well. Now when it comes to destination, as we have left the empty space, now the user, if the user will press 1 then it will go to Dubai, if 2 then Canada, 3 then UK, 4 then USA, so we'll have to do that as well. So we'll write if registration, as the class was registration, scope resolution operator choice equals 1, then destination variable equals Dubai. And let's copy this part because we have to use else if statements as well. We can just copy and paste. All we need to do is else if. Now we can change it to choice 2 and name to Canada. Now after that we'll simply print or write the destination. So first of all we'll write destination and then we'll print the variable. Let's do /t to add some horizontal space. Now destination variable, alright, now we'll write the flight cost. Because it is a variable of registration class. Alright, now we have to close this object or file outf.close. We have closed the file. Now we have to display the receipt as well. So for that we have to create another function. Within this class only we'll create void dispBill, that is display bill. So inside this function we will create an if stream class and its variable, let's say, would be ifs. We all know it if stream class is used to read from the file, so we are actually reading here. So we'll write records.txt file. Now we'll use the if condition inside this. So we'll write if not ifs, that if it doesn't exist then it should show an error, that is, let's say, file error. Now if the file is there, then we'll use while loop and we'll check not ifs dot end of file, that is, here we are checking the file till the end, that is every content of the file we'll check, and ifs dot get line array 100. Here we have used getLine to read the content from the file, and while loop will help us in doing that. After that we'll print array and then endl. Alright, after that we have to close this file as well. So we'll do that ifs.close. Now we have to close the class as well, semicolon. So yeah, our code is pretty much done. After this there was main menu and the main function. So now let's try to run this one. Before that let's save it and let's name it as flight.cpp. Alright, now let's try to run this. There are a few errors. Alright, so first error is this one, and let's check them all. Flight.cpp. line 66, there's some error. Alright, function name is wrong, flight, we missed the T. Then line 466, in line 466 where it is out F, we forgot to write F, we missed the F. And then 526, this one is associated with the previous one error, that is information error. Let's go to 561, t.display. Alright, so we wrote the wrong name, it was disp bill. Alright, now let's try to run this again. Semicolon, we forgot. Now as you can see, XYZ Airlines main menu. Press 1 to add the customer details. There's a little bit formatting error, you can figure it out yourself. Press 1 to add customer details, press 2 for flight registration, 3 for ticket and charges, and 4 to exit. So let's say a new customer I am, so I'll press 1 and I'll write customer ID 1. Now the name of the customer, let's say Raj. Age of the customer is 23 and address is Chandigarh. Alright, now gender is male. Now your details are saved with us. Alright, now press any key to go back to the main menu. We can press any key, 2, 3, 1. Then this is the main menu again. Now I want to register a flight, I'll press 2. So these are the flights: flight to Dubai, Canada, UK, USA. We forgot to add some space. We must add some space over here. So these are the flights to Dubai, Canada, UK, USA, Australia, Europe, and welcome to Airlines. They are asking us to press the number of the country of which you want to book the flight. Let's say I want to go to USA. So 4. So these are the flights: US 567, US 658, US 508, and these are the timings and these are the dates. Let's say I want to go to 658, US 658, then I'll press 2. So there's a mistake by us, we forgot to change the name of this flight. We'll change this later. And now let's go back to the main menu. Now let's say we know that we have booked this US 658, but there was some writing error. We by mistake forgot to write US 658 over here. Instead we write TUB. Now as we know that we have this flight that is booked, so we want to go for ticket and charges, so we'll click on 3. Your ticket is printed, you can collect it. Alright, press 1 to display your ticket. As you can see, customer ID 1, customer name Raj, male, description destination USA, flight cost 39,000. As we know, this is a 39,000 flight. So this is how you can build this project. And now let's correct our mistake. Let's go to Australia, US flight, sorry. So here it is. Let's change it to US. And now let's save it. So now it will work fine. So this was our project on airline reservation system. You can also try this project on your own. Alright guys, with that we have come to the end of this session. If you like this video on airline reservation system project in C++, then please give it a thumbs up. I hope it really helped you all. Thanks for watching, stay safe and keep learning.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.